What's up, you guys? Welcome back. So it's been a minute since I've done more of a smoky dramatic look and one being completely matte. I don't even know if I've done like a complete matte look on my channel yet. Matte looks I used to do literally all the time. That's probably why I don't do them anymore, because I did it all the time that I eventually just got bored and sick of it. But last night I was playing with this new palette and just seeing all the tones in there and how beautiful the mattes are, I was like, you know what? I really want to pull out a matte look. And that's what I did. I sat down, listened to some music, played with this, and oh my gosh. I gave a little sneak peek on Instagram and you guys were like, you need to make a video now. So I was like, absolutely, that's what you guys want. That's what you guys are gonna get. With that said, if you guys would like to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So I'm gonna start with the eyes first, and I'm gonna be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. So I've been using this on my face, but I didn't know how it was going to be if I put it on my eyes, because I have used concealers in the past where I've put it on my eyes and it's completely ruined my eyeshadow. But this one actually works just as well as my Too Faced, because usually I go in with my Too Faced one first, but this one worked just as well, so that's a super big plus for me. I do like to set the concealer though, so I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of loose powder. This one's my RCMA. I have a little left on my pan, and it's just like a light dusting. I don't want to cake it or apply too much. I just want a nice soft kind of veil on it. Now jumping into this palette, you guys, it is so beautiful. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this countless times, and all of your guys' DMs about this, how you guys want it too, like, I'm not kidding, you need to get it. But the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the Smith 235 brush and I'm gonna dip into this shade right here. It is called Exposed, and I'm just going to lightly just dust it in the inner part of my eye. Just give a nice little set again, and some color just to brighten up this little area. Now I'm gonna grab this Morphe M441 and I'm gonna dip into these two shades right here. They are Stripped and Silhouette, just very lightly. These are really pigmented. And one thing that I did notice is a lot of times with other eyeshadows, I'll underestimate the color. And so I'll think that a color is lighter than it's actually gonna be. And these I feel like apply a little bit darker. The only other palette I feel like that did that to me was the Dose of Colors. And you guys know that's one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes ever. So I really like that this kind of gives that same feel to me. So I feel like if you look at this palette and you're a deeper skin tone and you're like, no, these shades won't look good on me, they actually do pull a little bit darker. So that's something to think about. But just pushing this into my crease, really focusing, building on the colors together, and then blowing this out. Only this shade, the transition shade, I'm gonna blow out this way. Everything else, I'm gonna keep it more tucked. But for this, I really, I like some type of element of the eye to be blown out because I like that elongated look. So I do want to add a little bit of warmth into the crease as well. So I'm going to grab my Smith 232 brush and I'm going to grab into this shade right here. It is called Nudist. So again, just dipping very lightly into it, and I'm just going to go kind of generously all over those two shades that I put down, and then again, just moving it towards the temple, really swishing this out that way. I'm gonna grab this ColourPop E1 brush and go back into that shade Nudist. And what I'm gonna do is start packing this color from the center of the lid and outwards. And it's gonna be a nice shade to build up all of our darker colors with. And we're gonna get this really nice gradient effect from light to dark. So now I'm going to grab this Rephr 01 brush and I'm going to dip into this shade right here. It's called Mink. It's the darkest one in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to pack this really lightly onto the outer corners of the lid. And notice I'm keeping it tucked. I'm not going to bring out this color because I want to keep this part right here more on the rounded side and leave the transition more on that elongated side. I'm never really like a huge fan on just like a complete rounded eyeshadow. I always like that more elongated look, but I do like the look of a rounded eyeshadow. So I think when I paired these two together of at least wisping this out and keeping this tucked, it kind of gives me, the best of both worlds. And then I truly like the look better when I have just that little flick. Also, as I'm building this, I'm pushing slightly into the crease in just little circular motions just all focusing right here on that outer portion. And take your time, build as needed. Darker colors can be a little hard to blend out sometimes. With the same brush, I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Aesthetic. And I'm going to mix this right in with that mink. And this will also help it to blend a little bit easier. And again, help with that whole gradient effect that we're trying to go for. And once you have enough of that color pushed into the mink, you'll just slowly start to blend it towards the center of the lid to give that nice blown out soft gradient look. So now I'm gonna grab my Smith 232 brush and I'm gonna dip into Nudist and this guy right here called Transcend, and I want to bring a little bit more warmth into the look. So I'm just gonna dip a little bit into both and then go right over everything, make sure it's blended, and then again, just pushing it outwards. I wanted to go a little bit warmer because I am self-tanned right now. So even though my face is white, once I match my body, the eye look is actually gonna look a little bit lighter up through here. So now I'm just taking this ColourPop E9 brush, back in with that dark mink shade, and I'm just detailing, perfecting all the areas, making sure everything is blended and all seamless. Then grabbing this ColourPop E1, and I'm gonna dip into Nudist and Transcend very, very lightly. And then just going back over, bringing some color through here. I swear this is a super blending process, going back and forth, making sure everything is blended. But again, just take your time. All of these shadows blend so nicely together, so it's really not hard to get that nice perfect look. Now grabbing the Sigma E21 brush, again with mink, and I'm just gonna push this right into my lash line just to make sure the outer edges are as dark as they can be. And this allows the lash line to be a lot darker, so when we put on lashes, it'll look a lot more dramatic. Now taking the Sigma E21 brush with the color Exposed, and I'm just gonna go ahead and brighten the inner corners of the eyes. You could definitely cut this with concealer if you wanted to, but I feel like when I do it this way, it leaves the look a little bit softer, which is something that I'm going for a little more. And then now time for the cleanup crew. So I can kind of cut this and get that nice cat eye effect with at least the transition shade. Going in with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I like to do like a mixture of smearing and just tapping it into the skin. I feel like with this primer in particular, that's a nice way to just apply that. For foundation, I'm going to be mixing my two favorites, the Hourglass in the shade Light Beige and then Dior in the shade 2W. These together, I swear, is magic. This by itself is a little too matte for my skin and my taste, but mixing it with this Skin Glow, it is the perfect amount of glowing but soft velvet finish. Since I am self-tanned, it needs to be on the darker side so I can match the rest of my body. The self tanner I use is Loving Tan in the shade Dark. I use the 2 Hour Express Mousse, and this is always like the perfect match to the self tanner. I know there's a lot of people out there who don't understand why there are people who don't self tan the face. So my reasoning is I do so many masks and I'm so invested in my skincare that literally the tan comes off like immediately. So it's just a waste for me to continue doing it if I'm just gonna exfoliate and mask it off. And also I found that when I was doing a lot of self tanners on my face, it was leaving some of my pores looking muddy or like dirty. So I now just avoid that and just match my makeup to my self tanner. And I honestly like that so much better. Going back in with that same e.l.f. concealer that we used in the shade Light Beige, we are going to go ahead and kind of conceal everything. I got a couple breakouts going on. I don't know what is going on. I do want to mix a little bit of this ColourPop one though. This is in shade Light 16, just to add a little bit of brightness right through there. If you guys haven't noticed, I went right back to my beauty blender. I was blending out my concealer with a brush for a while. Now I'm back to the beauty blender. I swear I go back and forth all the time. Now to contour, I'm going to go in with my YSL B65 with my Refer 04 brush. I'm getting close to the end of this. I actually just saw that it's no longer being sold at Sephora. So now I'm just going to have to go onto the YSL website because I did find it there. Thank God. I almost had a heart attack though. I thought they discontinued it. I swear this is my absolute favorite product to contour with. Although the next product that I really want to get into is the Magic Wand by Charlotte Tilbury. I've only heard amazing things. And with me being such a Charlotte fan, I don't know how I haven't bought that yet. But I figured once I'm done with this, I would go ahead and try that. Now I'm going in with my RCMA powder to set. I still have not mixed my concoction yet that I was saying about in the other video. I really want to mix this with the Anastasia and the Laura Mercier and see if that's a hit. Maybe one day I'll do it. I just keep forgetting to do it. And it's because I'm just so used to this powder. Like, I just love it. Love it so damn much. Then before I bronze, I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Powder in shade 02 just to get that nice, beautiful, soft finish. To bronze, I'm going to grab my Urban Decay bronzer in the shade Sun Kissed. I might mix another bronzer. I'm not sure. I might go in with my Milani as well. I love layering bronzers. It just really gives that nice layer of depth within the skin, especially because I self-tan so much, so I like having it all kind of look natural, even though it's not. Actually, no, I'm not going to do the Milani one. I'm going to go in with my Hourglass one because I want my skin to have a little bit of a glow. And this is the Radiant Bronze Light. This will give a nice, really pretty sheen glow. And it's darker too, which I like. It's a little bit more warm. Gives a little extra bronziness. For highlighter, I'm going to be going in with my Fenty Beauty. This is Mean Money Hustla Baby. I went through all of my collection because I keep using the same shit all the time, and we see this here on my channel, and I'm like, you know what? I have so many other products that I love. Why don't I refine them and just start using them again? And this was one of them. Like, all of 2017, this was like my favorite bronzer, especially during the summertime because this does have a little bit more of a, you know, rosy, not rosy, but like a champagne-y, goldy, almost rose goldy look to it. So I'm just going to mix both of them and then kind of just blend everywhere because I want everything to have a really pretty glow. For blush, I'm going to go in with my Patrick Ta. This is She Sincere with my Refer 05 brush. This is such a beautiful blush color. I really do like this a lot, especially if you like something more on the softer side. You can still build the pigment to it, but it just still looks soft, just really airbrushed. So I really love that about this blush. That and the packaging, because this packaging is like one of my favorites ever. So now I'm gonna go run and do my brows and lashes off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, lashes are on, and so are brows, looking fierce. So now we gotta work on the lower lash line. So I'm grabbing my Sigma E27 brush, and I'm basically gonna be using the same shades that I used up here down below. So I'm going to be mixing Nudist and Transcend first, just really lightly, and I'm just going to blow this out. I'm not really worried about being too precise with this color. I just want to give it a nice blended blowout. Also, while blowing this out, I'm going to bring it towards that transition shade that we have kind of winged out, and that kind of helps just with that whole elongated eyeshadow. Then grabbing the Sigma E15 brush, I think I'm gonna mix, what is this one again? Aesthetic with Mink, just very lightly. I need to hold my mirror for this one. I love that there's a huge ass mirror here, but I'm gonna keep this like super tucked on the lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with the MAC Extended Play Mascara and give these lower lashes a nice coat, make them super long. I swear I never realized how long my lashes, my bottom lashes are until I use this. This is the best bottom lash mascara I've ever used. Now I'm gonna grab the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix, just quickly spray it. We're gonna mist the eyes a little bit and then fan that bad boy down. Now for lips, I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics Lip Liner in the shade Girl Strip. Then I'm going to top that with Joseph Colors lipstick in No Shade. And then on top of that, I'm going to be using Patrick Ta's Lip Gloss in She's Expensive. And that is the finished look. Guys, I haven't done a smoky eye like this in so long. I used to just all the time back in the day, and it was like my favorite way to wear my makeup. And this just kind of gave me that confidence to start wearing it like this again. I'm definitely more on those like softer, natural looking looks, but this is just everything. There's something about an all matte look that just makes me so happy, and I never do them often. Like I always pop some type of shimmer in there, but this just all matte is truly, truly giving it to me. This palette has definitely exceeded my expectations. I cannot wait to keep playing with it more, trying a bunch of other looks with this. I actually don't own anything from Artist Couture, so it was something so incredibly random when I purchased this. I literally saw someone post it, and then immediately I was just like, yeah, that looks like everything that I like. Why don't I give it a try? And I'm so, so, so glad that I did. Just going back to the palette, I love how there's so many options in here to do so many different looks. And I love how it goes from light to dark, so you can do day to night looks. And I love all the shimmer choices in here. I feel like it truly is an everyday palette. Like every single one of these colors I would pull off for an everyday look. I know some palettes like to put a pop of color in there and be like, here's something random, but like this is just so well thought out in the color choices that you still have fun to play with some like color, but it's still your everyday just beautiful tones. Truly being stuck in the house has really like pulled me out of my everyday routine kind of rut and forced me to like play around and do things that I haven't done in a while and really just like rediscover all of my makeup, and I'm just having so much fun. I want to thank you guys always for your support and you guys liking and tuning in and giving me ideas. I really truly do appreciate it. With that said, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all my videos if you guys like to see more, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram. My name is Amanda Devon on there, and that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.